Today's local and national news from Thailand via the fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And if you'd be kind enough to like and subscribe, here's a tip for you to get the very latest news from us every day. When you subscribe, click on the button that says All. And then every day you'll get an update straight from us.
In a combined operation, Thai Navy diving experts, along with American counterparts, have begun content retrieval from the sunken HTMS Sukhothai. No word on remains of missing crew from the vessel, which sunk in December 2022, but documents along with other items have been recovered to the surface. 47 divers are involved in the operation. A draft bill that would see amnesty granted to people handing in unregistered firearms in Thailand will be presented to the Cabinet for pre-approval by the Interior Ministry this week. Now finalised, the plan is to afford the promise of no punishment to all who hand in weapons to authorities. A similar programme in the UK years ago saw myriad of weapons handed into police stations and was very successful. In Thailand, a reported 83% of violent crimes currently involve illegal weapons. Their Majesties the King and Queen of Thailand headed a religious ceremony yesterday in the capital, honouring the relics of Buddha and Buddha's two chief disciples. In a pavilion set up for Mahabucha Day, Thailand's King and Queen were joined by local politicians, with thousands of onlookers who were offered food and water in the blistering heat of the day. Thai tourists will be able to enjoy a visa-free trip to China as of the end of this month, after a travel agreement between this country and China that will see nationals from both countries allowed to visit without first having to apply for a permit. With local businesses hoping for a revival in Chinese tourist numbers, others look to visiting China to see for themselves the historic areas there. British pensioners here who fail to notify their government that they are in fact expats face fines and more, as a programme there is likely to give the state more powers to check on benefit claimants. Currently only UK residents qualify for pension increases as and when. For the rest, the rate you get when you apply is the rates that you'll get until you die. That alone has prompted many to fake UK residency. However, UK banks and passport records, all now automated, will allow the British government to track those who are tricking them. It's said that 500,000 Brits live elsewhere around the world, that overpayment to those who flaunt the law may add up to hundreds of millions of pounds, and anyone who falsifies their address in order to gain the increases in pensions faces not only fines but their pensions cancelled until the fines are paid off. Rising from the ashes of COVID, once financially beleaguered Thai Airways International plans to pay off all its debts and be released from its rehabilitation plan on schedule, with the goal of listing on the stock exchange next year. 2023 saw a revival in profitability, along with a turnover higher than pre-pandemic years. 45 new planes are at various stages of order, and by this summer the airline will service some 61 destinations globally. 4 Taiwanese men, along with a Thai woman, are being sought internationally after they allegedly killed a fellow countryman in the capital before fleeing to Cambodia by van. They'd already crossed over into Phoi Phet by the time Thai authorities were notified of the grim body discovery near Bangkok's main airport. The deceased was certainly involved in some way with the gang, as he was willingly lured to the woman's rented home, and we're told he was wanted in his home country on charges of armed robbery. Smog levels in the capital are expected to be slightly lower this week as the extended weekend reduced emission there, but for the north and northeast, the news isn't so good, as added to the already poor air quality is the smoke from so far uncontrollable forest fires. 17 provinces are affected, the worst being Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son and Pitsanulok. And when police in Nonthaburi heard of a family sleeping at a bus stop through escape heavy-handed debt collectors, they went into action at the weekend. It seems the family borrowed a combined 15,000 baht with 300 baht a day daily interest-only payments that add up to 109,000 baht a year. Mum and Dad, well, they couldn't afford the payments. The heavies threatened them with being taken away for a less than welcoming chat, and so they fled their home. Police duly returned them with the promise that they would be protected, and the loan sharks, well, they face investigation. Meanwhile, at home, and Banglamung Provincial Administrative Organisation carried out checks over the 3-day weekend on several bars and stores in the region that had previously been banned from selling alcohol for 5 years due to various licence violations, following reports that they were simply carrying on regardless. Just after midnight, an undercover team was sent in to make checks, signalling Ben to a team outside. It's expected that operators will face heavy fines. A 73-year-old Swiss man lost his life at the weekend in a hit-and-run accident on the Sukhothai near Jomtien. The 11:30 at night crash saw the elderly man recovered to hospital but beyond help. Onlookers told police of the vehicle which hit him, claiming that it had been driving very fast, slowed down after the crash to see what was what, and then sped off. CCTV is likely to allow police to arrest him, and the man's embassy has been informed. For Pattaya yesterday, traffic struggled as visitors left in droves following the 3-day weekend. Roads were in many places blocked and traffic toward the capital heavy. For locals, the advisory is to avoid busy services until at least Thursday, as they, immigration, utility companies and the like, play catch-up with demand, and long queues can be expected. And with the Met Office promising highs today of 34, dropping down to 27, a chance of thunder showers later, but a mostly sunny day and the real feel of 38.
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.